Good evening, everyone. This is Chris from Iron Pony Life, and this is
Tracy.
And this is podcast number 10. Yes, there is a 9, and it will be coming soon, but we had to record it again because Tracy's camera went a little too farther than everybody else's.
Yeah, went a little haywire.
Yeah, a little haywire. But anyway, welcome, everyone, to the Iron Pony Life podcast number 10. So what are we going to talk about tonight, Tracy?
We're going to talk about your ride to Little Nashville.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Like to see a little bit. You got some video footage on that, I believe?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Mm-mm. Oh, okay. I thought you did.
I brought the wrong camera.
Oh.
I got 6 cameras, and I left the one
that you needed for that.
Well, actually, the card. I needed the card.
Right,
I left the card there, but yeah.
Well, we can still talk about the trip itself and see how it went.
Yeah. We could talk about the trip.
And then I think you wanted to show a little bit of the install on your put pegs for your wife's for the back.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So now you do have footage on that, correct?
Yes, I do. And a C-clamp is your best friend.
So we'll get a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's your week been so far?
It's been good. I'm thankful that today's weather turned out to be nicer than what I thought it was. Thought it was supposed to rain all day, but
now was you on vacation last week or was it a week?
No, that's been 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, time flies.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because when we recorded episode 9, I was back to work already.
Yeah. So episode 9, we'll have an interview with Kevin Miller. He's from Indianapolis.
All right.
Or up in Indy, almost by Chicago, I think.
Yeah, he's north of Indy.
He's way up there.
Yeah.
And he is an Indian Challenger limited rider. He owns that motorcycle, which is better than a Harley.
No, he didn't say that. He said he liked his Harley.
So we had some technical issues. The actual podcast is not bad, but at the beginning, everything was working out good. And then around 3/4 of an hour, Tracy's video and sound was dragging or
got off sync, right?
Off sync,
right?
And I tried to get it back in sync using a couple of software programs, and I also cut a couple of things, but then I couldn't put it in Premiere to do additional camera, so it would only be one camera. It wouldn't work right. So there's a lot of things I got to learn still.
Right. We're working on it.
Hopefully one of these days we'll have somebody hired, went to school for this.
It takes a lot of equipment to make this stuff happen. That's for sure.
Yeah. But, hopefully we'll get that. We're going to, I'll talk to Kevin Miller. We're going to do it again. We might do it this week.
Yeah, maybe.
And then he's going to try to do it on his Surface and a webcam, but his cell phone looked fine.
Yeah. It wasn't his wasn't the issue. It was my setup that was the problem.
And I think we got that fixed, hopefully.
Right.
So remote podcasting should work in the future. If not, then Tracy's going to have to upgrade his GoPro to a more expensive camera.
Right. Yeah. I'll put that on my list of things I need.
Yeah, so I was trying to help him on the phone today, and it just didn't work out. So I decided to come over to his house and do the podcast here, and then do what took maybe 5 seconds. Saved me about 5 hours trying to tell him on the phone.
It's all true.
He's not very good at the technical stuff, and I started building my computers, and I thought you built computers.
I did,
too.
but I haven't fooled with camera stuff. Cameras are a little bit.
Yeah, so I love electronics, so I keep fooling around with them. So that's how I got my Indian Challenger CarPlay working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I figured out how to.
You mess with it until you got it the way you wanted it.
Yeah, well, it works wirelessly.
Right.
So I don't have to worry about plugging it in every time I start my motorcycle. It just automatically connects, and it's wireless. And if you need to know how to do that, I can do a video. Just let us know. Yeah, but I did go to Indian, and I bought my wife some passenger pegs.
Right.
Well, actually floorboards. Right. And she loves them, but we haven't used them yet. Because she was about to ride with us Nashville, but then it was like actually 3 days before, it was like 60% chance of rain. And then the weather got better, and then it actually rained overnight, and then Saturday was actually gorgeous.
So let's go back to the pegs for just a minute. How did you present that to your wife for her birthday? I want to know how that went down. Did you say, "Here, honey, I bought you this. I'm going to put it on the motorcycle," or did you let her open it as a gift, or how did that all break out?
No. So she's always wanted a floorboard,
The floorboards,
Yeah.
right.
So she always wanted the floorboards. And, either Christmas or her birthday, I was going to buy them for her. But we're getting ready to go on a trip in June 6th. That's going to be 1,200 miles,
Yeah.
So she wanted them. And so I called and said, hey, they're on sale still.
Right.
Would you like these? She goes, yes, you can buy them for my birthday.
So there you go.
Yeah, that's how you like that, sucker.
That's how it goes down. That's good.
Yeah, so I didn't buy her a diamond ring or earrings. We.
Oh, wait a minute. You bought her something else.
Yeah, I did. What was it?
What was the other thing you got her?
I can't remember. It was nothing trivial to me.
Was
We
it-
did go out to eat.
Was it sunglasses?
Yeah, I bought her some sunglasses. You're
Yeah,
right.
Okay, see, it's a good
Expensive
thing you got me.
sunglasses that were like $119.
Right,
She's been
I made
wanting
sure
them
that
for
you
2
paid over
years.
$100. Yeah.
She's been wanting them for 2 years.
So
Yeah.
there you go. So she had a good birthday.
Yeah, she had a good birthday. And then next year, I'm really gonna get her something. Probably get her, if YouTube works out, we might get her a diamond ring or something.
If YouTube works out. Well, we better get a lot of likes and subscribes. if that's gonna
Darn
happen.
right. So if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We're gonna try to change it up a little bit. We're gonna have some interviews. We're gonna have some, safety stuff. Then we're gonna have some writing. We're gonna have all kinds of stuff on this. And hopefully, can you scoot over a little bit because you're almost out of frame there, buddy? Okay. In the future, we're gonna have all kinds of stuff. So it's not gonna be the same format. We're just gonna change it up a little bit because we don't want to get boring.
Well, we've got we want to go to Indian and do a thing there at the dealership. We're hoping that they'll let us do that. We're going to talk to them about that.
Yeah, so we need 100 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we get 100 subscribers, we can pretty much go anywhere we want to because we got 100 people we can influence in buying a motorcycle. So right now we're at 35. We have a lot of people watch the videos,
Right.
but we don't have the subscriber base that we need, and we need to keep improving.
Right.
And I think we wanted to be at 50 by the end of May.
Right.
That was
So
our
we're
goal.
getting close. We've gained ground. We went from 17 to 35 in the last couple weeks, so we're gaining ground.
Yep. So if you're watching this and you like it, please subscribe, like us, and share it. Our
Right.
podcast. That's the biggest thing is sharing it. Put it on your Facebook.
Right.
That kind of stuff. And I know it's kind of daunting when you go to Facebook and you post something about motorcycles, and the first comment is about, I know somebody that was riding a motorcycle and they're no longer living, and you got to be safe out there. I remember posting a couple things on my motorcycle. It's like, them things are dangerous. I mean, I wish you wouldn't do that. It's like,
Right.
please don't post that on my Facebook.
No.
But it happens, and I understand they probably do know somebody or did know somebody.
Sure.
And
I
at
think
the moment,
everybody knows somebody that's had something happen on one.
yeah, I know a lot of people has been injured in car wrecks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just-
anything you do is dangerous, to be honest.
Because there's no thing that's protecting you around a motorcycle,
Right.
other than your gear. And
Well,
that's why a lot of people
and your
see it.
skills.
And your skills. Yeah, you got to have some skills.
Your skills help a lot.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of motorcycle skills lately because I've been riding around, and I'm not the best. And you can't say you're the best either.
No,
Even
I'm
the
not.
best get injured.
I'm not a pro.
Yeah.
I never would say that.
Yeah, but I've seen people where they took curbs too short, too long, almost run into a ditch.
Well, you had an innocent thing happen over the weekend when you went to Little Nashville, didn't you? Your buddy did. Steve,
Well,
or whatever his name was.
What's that?
What was
No,
his
it
name?
was Josh.
Josh.
Now, Josh, it wasn't his fault. Okay, I did post this on Facebook on our group, but we were on our way to Story, Indiana, folks. It's a nice place. Too bad the roads are always closed in Indiana. It doesn't matter where you go. You think you're going somewhere, but there's a road closed because they're either doing a new
something.
bridge or they're digging a ditch out. I don't know. But anyways, the road said it was closed, to Story, Indiana. After it wasn't on Google Maps or anything.
So you didn't know until you
We
were
didn't
right
know.
in the middle of it.
Yeah. So on our way there was a pickup truck that was coming our direction, and either they had some mud in the wheel wells or something like that, and when he hit a bump, it dislodged that stuff and it bounced on the road, and I'm about that big around.
Wow.
I actually have it filmed, and I'm gonna post it on YouTube. But it was bouncing. There was a couple of them, and one bounced and literally hit Josh in the face.
Wow.
Okay, and the only thing that saved him was his helmet.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, because it pretty much dazed him.
I'm sure it scared the heck out of him.
Oh, it scared the heck out of him.
Yeah.
It dazed him. There was a big dust. I mean, when you see it hit, because I'm far back. I'm like 3 bikes back behind him.
Wow.
And on my GoPro, it looks far because that's how it's got a wide view.
Right.
But you can see the dust when it hits his helmet.
And I mean, it's a good thing he didn't fall off of it. Or
oh yeah. I mean, and luckily we were only going maybe 30 miles per hour. But you got to understand that truck is going 30 miles per hour.
Right.
Too.
So it's the impact, right?
Yeah, the impact. So it pretty much almost gave him a concussion.
Wow.
With his helmet on.
Wow.
Now his helmet wasn't damaged, but what I would suggest, maybe he might need to get another helmet.
I think he should. Yeah.
Yeah, just because there might be something there that we don't see, just
They
for his
say to
protection.
replace it. Yeah, they say replace it.
So it hit him hard. He had dust all over his bike, and it wasn't nothing that he was doing. It was it just happened.
That's what I'm saying. Even when you have the skills or whatever, things like that, freak things happen, and you just gotta.
Well, you never know when that's going to happen.
And you don't.
Yeah.
You have no clue.
You're just going down the road and, a rock hits you in the chest or hopefully, you have a helmet on, hit you on the helmet, but it could hit you in the face too. I mean, I was driving and I have a modular one and I was taking my modular up and down because it was pretty warm. It was at like 80 degrees that day. And I had a bug that hit me in the face.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't, splatter. That's the worst thing you want.
No. Well, I had that happen when we were going to Big Bone. I had a big bee hit my face mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it still sounds like a rock hitting you because it's hard,
Yeah.
but I moved on from it, obviously.
Yeah, so it hit my face and bounced off because I'm steel, like Superman. And but I mean, I felt it, and I was like feeling my face, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got bug guts all over my face. I better get that off.
It puts me in the mind of Wild Hogs when you watch that movie and they're going down the road and all these bugs hit them and the guy laughs at them and then a bird hits him.
Yeah, but on my way to your house 2 weeks ago when we did the podcast on episode 8, I literally had a bee hit me in the face.
See that? Yeah.
But it actually got into my helmet.
No, see, I would have freaked out there.
So when I was just driving the back road, so I had my modular up, and when I got to the interstate, I put my but the bee actually hit me, back.
Didn't know it. You didn't know it was in there, right?
Yeah. So I shut that thing, and I'm going down the interstate, and I'm almost hitting. I got to cross the Kentucky River or Ohio River. They call it the Kentucky Ohio River, whatever it is. And I'm going up the hill, and here I see the bee crawling up.
I would have lost it.
Oh no, guys!
You know me, I would have lost it.
So I'm going 60 miles per hour, and the first thing I did was lift the modular up,
just let it go.
Let it go, and hopefully he got out without stinging me, because that would have been
bad.
I'm not allergic to bees, but it still would have swelled a little bit.
It would have stunk, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you just don't know when that's going to happen.
No,
you don't. I mean, you just
there are just random things just like that just happen. Yeah.
When you're in a car, you don't notice that stuff.
No, because you
got a windshield.
You're sealed, yeah.
And then when you get home, you're like, oh my God, look how many bugs hit my windshield.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually washed my washed my bike. How you say that in Kentucky?
I don't know. That sounds like West Virginia talk.
Yeah. So I mean, I have my own little side effects,
right.
Speaking, but I did that before I went to the trip. And I put the ceramic coating on it to make it nice and slippery for bugs. But when I got home that day, there was a bunch of bugs on my motorcycle.
Onto it?
Yeah, still.
Oh,
but they just when
you put that ceramic stuff on there, it really helps. Yeah.
Yeah. But my bike looked gorgeous that day. It probably was the best looking bike. I'm sorry, guys.
What brand of ceramic did you use? Do you remember the brand you used?
Yeah, I couldn't say
I'm
it
using
right now.
that Flowgenics, and that's really good stuff. So.
Yeah, I think you're affiliated, right?
You would think, but I'm not. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
If you hear me, Flowgenics, I use your product.
Oh, well, Jesus. But anyway, I can't remember exactly what the name brand is, but it is the name brand, but it's not like one of them ones is owned by billing companies.
Right.
It's actually, it's a company that's established.
More of a private?
Yeah.
Oh, established. Okay.
Established just for, car detailing. It's not like they make a 10,000, also make laundry detergent and stuff like that. These guys are focused on car detailing.
Gotcha.
Motorcycle detailing. But
did you get any compliments on your bike?
Oh yeah, everybody. Well, almost everybody there had Roadmasters.
Oh yeah,
Indian Roadmasters, which are nice bikes.
I thought you said you didn't like that particular model.
No, you know, actually, it's growing on me.
Is it?
You know, the more I see that bike, I mean, it does grow.
I don't know if I've seen one at the dealership lately. I don't think they have one in stock.
But almost everybody had one, and it looked pretty comfortable. But it was kind of windy that day, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people were having some issues with the wind, especially with that fairing.
It was super windy Saturday.
Yeah. So I was one hand, you know, just going down the road, you know, because my bike is not doing anything, you know.
Right.
Because when we got a gust of wind, it would just move a little bit, but everybody was complaining about how their fairing was moving kind of in a way when the wind gust hit it, you know.
Well, I know on my bike, when we got on the highway, my bike felt like it wanted to go all over the place.
Yeah.
From the wind.
There's a Roadmaster Classic. That's what they had, not the newer version.
Oh, okay.
So Indian actually makes, in which I didn't know, the Roadmaster Classic still. And they make another one too that they make. So that's the newer one with the new fairing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's show everybody that picture there. Let's see here. Yeah. So that one right there is the newer version of it.
Right. That's pretty.
And
sweet.
then there's a Roadmaster Classic. Go ahead and search it on Google, so people would know what the difference in the fairing is. But it's got the lights that go up on the fairing. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I really didn't like that because I thought it was pretty too gaudy. But man, I tell you what, it is growing on me. Certain paint colors are growing on me.
Are you talking about a new, like a 23 or 24 model, or?
Well, they make them now. Yeah, 24 Classic. Yeah, 2024. They still make it. A lot of people prefer it because they say it's a better ride motorcycle.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, look at that damn thing. It's beautiful.
That's nice.
Beautiful footage here. See if it shows you a picture of the front of it. Like, like do a 3D build your ride. Yeah. Okay, and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, just do that right there. But I would say almost 3/4 of the group had that motorcycle.
Wow.
And there was 2 Challengers, and then there was a Scout with us.
Now,
see how the lights are on the top right there? Go into the front of it. Yeah, go to the front right there. See how the lights are so much different?
Mm-hmm.
And now they have the left and right turn signals, I guess, at the top of the fairing. And you got the 2 riding lights, and you got the one in the center.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should buy it.
Yeah.
Now, then go to the 24.
You get some leg protection on this, too. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. They all come with them.
Does it? Okay.
Mm-hmm. The fairings.
Your Challenger didn't have
No,
it, though. Okay.
I could buy them.
Okay.
It comes with the Challenger. What is that? That one that we always trying about?
The Pursuit.
The Pursuit. Yeah, they come with the Pursuit.
Okay.
So now go to the Roadmaster, just regular Roadmaster.
Let me go back.
Yeah. So we went to Nashville. We was trying to go to Story first. It was about an hour and 45-minute ride. We had 9 people with us. And we had 2 people in 2 cars. They were trailing us.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was there with the Jeep. She was going to ride with me, but that didn't work out. She thought it was going to rain, and she didn't have the helmet because she has an open face helmet, so she doesn't want to. She has an open face helmet, so she don't want that to hit her in her face.
Right.
Yeah. So even though I can still, this is recording all these cameras, so I can always put my face back up.
Okay,
so we're good. You're good.
Okay. So was it this one here on the end?
That's a Challenger.
Oh, and then that's the Roadmaster in the middle, and then that's like a Scout.
Yeah, that's a Classic though. So I don't know why it's not showing you this the Roadmaster. Or well, actually, it might be what is the one called Go to the main hub there and look at the one that's next to the Challenger. It's the 2 touring bikes they have. Maybe I'm saying it wrong or I'm thinking it wrong. But
we'll see. I'm on just let me go here.
Yeah.
And then pick up here so we
and
can
then,
look at the.
Just look at touring.
Touring, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now
it's a Roadmaster. Yeah. So click on that one, and that's the new version of the Roadmaster. So if you look at that, see the front end?
Oh yeah, it's totally different. Okay.
Look at that Elite. That thing's nice looking.
Okay.
So they should be coming out with the actual Pursuit Elite soon.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see that one. I might actually have to Spurgeon, get that one. So it starts at 32,000. That's
For
nice.
the Elite, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got the Roadmaster Classic they still make.
Which is right here.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there's the Dark Horse version.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So have you done any road riding?
I've ridden a couple times this week. Yeah, to work and back mostly though.
Anything exciting?
No, not really.
No
Oh
crazy-
yeah. Well, wait a minute. I did have an issue.
Okay, what was that?
So I went out. I had all my Harley gear on. Had my bag ready to go to work and everything. And I go to start the Harley, and it wouldn't do anything. I tried to turn it on, wouldn't turn on.
I heard.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
Everybody has that problem.
well,
The Harleys.
hold on. So I'm like, do I got my key fob? Maybe I don't have my key fob. And I did. But then my security lights start flashing on because when it's saying the key fob's not present, it starts flashing. I'm like, well, that's weird. My key fob's right here in my hand. And then so I got off the bike and I turned it off back on. And then it went into where it wanted me to enter the code. And I'm like, oh, I guess my battery to my key fob must be dead because that was the only thing that could pop into my head. But for whatever reason, it wouldn't even allow me to enter the code.
Wow.
It would just shut back off. So I don't know. And then so I ended up jumping on the Royal with my Harley gear on, which I would never do that. Normally I always coordinate my stuff. I don't like to not be coordinated. But anyway, I rode my Royal to work with my Harley gear on. And the very first thing I did was went straight to the battery section and bought a new battery, popped it open, bought a new battery and put it in. And that afternoon when I got home from work, I took the key fob, set on there, and it started right up. So
Wow.
it was definitely a dead battery. But here's my concern. Let's say that we were on a trip or we were out and about somewhere, and that same situation happened where that thing dies.
You've been stuck.
It would not let me enter it wouldn't let me enter the code.
Yeah.
So typically there's a way to put your code in, but
Yeah.
it would not stay on to let me do that. Every time I turn it on, it would shut right back
Now,
off.
does the key fob have a key in it too that you can?
No,
No?
nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. So I got to play around with that particular.
You better find out.
Yeah, I haven't messed with it since that day, but I need to check that out. But yeah, that was a moment of like, oh, what would I do if I was out somewhere and this had happened?
Yeah.
So,
Well, my key fob actually kind of messes up too. I mean, like I'll try to, lock my bags and it won't lock.
right.
I just changed the battery and usually if you hit it 3 times,
Right.
the horn goes off
Right.
and tells you that you're alarmed or your bags are locked. But I mean, it started working when I was down there, but it would not work until I got down to Nashville.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the one lesson I'm going to take from this is I'm going to buy a couple extra batteries and I'm going to have to store them either in my bag or somewhere on the motorcycle where it's there if I need to change it. I haven't thought about it yet, but I need to.
And you remember how to change it and everything?
Oh yeah, it's a piece of cake.
You
It
have
just
to
doesn't matter having it.
have to bring a tool with you or anything? Just put in your like a
Well,
screwdriver, a little small screwdriver.
yeah, I would need something to pop the. Well, I'd have to get it
Yeah.
into my toolkit. Yeah, I'd have to pop the thing open. But yeah, other than that,
I'd probably get a real small flat screwdriver just to put in your toolkit.
So those are my 2 things going forward this summer that I've got to rectify because I do not want to get stuck somewhere and that happen to me where it won't allow me to do it. Now I guess at some point this week I'll mess around with the key code and find out why it wouldn't let me do that. Maybe because the key fob was there, but it just wasn't enough to. I don't know. I'm just not sure why it wouldn't let me do it. But every time I would turn it on, it would flash on. It would have the zeros where to enter the key code, and as soon as I'd go to do it, it would just flash right back off. And I'm like, well, this is no good. I tried it like 4 times, and I finally said, well, I had to get to work, so I just jumped on the Royal and went.
I've heard there's a lot of problems with the new ones actually having the same problem with the key fobs and the batteries and not starting and causing all kinds of problems. Hopefully it'll get that stuff worked out before I buy
Any
one.
particular bike, or what are we talking about? On the Indians?
The Road Glides, the new ones.
On the
the
Road Glides.
24s, the 25s.
Wait,
whatever it
you
is.
said before you buy one. I heard you say that. Wait a minute. That tells me, wait a
Will you
minute.
quit hitting the table? I can.
I can't help it. I get excited when you start talking about buying a Harley.
I'm not Indian loyalist.
Okay. That's good news right there.
I mean, I do like the Indian better. Okay. I do like the new style, and I will wait out Indian for at least 1.5 years.
Okay.
They got to do something about their infotainment center.
But your overall plan is to switch back to Harley. Or to
I've
switch
never
to
been
Harley.
with
I'm sorry,
Harley.
to switch to Harley.
No, it's not. But it comes to that. I mean, I'm a stylish kind of person. And I like technology.
So when we were up there looking at that CVO, were you not in love with that thing? Because man, that thing was gorgeous.
But see, I test drove one, and it wasn't
balanced?
It wasn't. Well, no, it's balanced. It's a
Okay.
lot balanced better than what it used to be.
Okay.
But the problem is that it felt more cramped, so I had to get a different seat. I mean, it's just like anything you buy a Harley, you have to get 5,000 add-ons.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've had to do that myself.
You have to, it doesn't have, the base model doesn't have inverted forks. I mean, come on. The base model of the Challenger does. And a lot of other stuff. I'm telling you. Go ahead, keep talking. This is nuts. I got this on airplane mode, and my phone is still going off.
Well, that one's on you.
I don't understand. I mean, this is serious stuff.
But at the end of the day, you are considering buying a Harley, it sounds like. It sounds like that was what you just said.
I have looked at Harleys.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm going to buy a Harley.
I know, but man, you almost committed to it just now.
I love my Indian Challenger.
You did. I know you did.
Now, if I can afford both of them, I will afford both of them, but I got to get rid of my Vulcan S first.
Right. Well, we might have a plan for that. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're working on that.
But you went to Indian also,
Mm-hmm.
but you wasn't looking at Indians.
No,
right?
I was actually looking at the new Shotgun 650 that they got in.
And it looks like a pretty nice bike.
It is a very nice bike. Now, they got two different ones currently. Well, one's already sold. If you want to show this, the blue one.
I thought you said you sold it already.
This one's sold. Well, they actually had three.
What's going on here?
And they've sold two of the three already
go.
within a week.
Yep, there we go.
So they've sold two out of the three already. This one's waiting for a customer to pick up, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is the I guess they call it the matte black or the black. I'm not sure. Or actually, I think it's gray matte is what I'm going for. And I went and sat on it and checked it out, and I really like it a lot.
You like it, huh?
I like it a lot.
Did you ask for a test ride?
I did not. Nah, I think it was raining that day that I was there, so I didn't want to mess with that. But yeah, it was a nice looking ride.
Yeah, we need people to subscribe so we can go to Mike and say, "Hey, Mike, we got people we get influence on these bikes. Can we, video this bike and maybe take it around a couple blocks?"
Right.
And then Mike say, "Hey, let's do it."
All right.
You know?
Well, we don't know that we didn't influence somebody to buy the two that sold already.
Yeah, exactly
Maybe
right.
They heard us and they were like, "Oh, I want to go check that out."
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
possible.
did literally sell two of the three that they got in already. So.
Yep.
But yeah, and they may sell this third one if I decide to buy it in a couple weeks.
So you're gonna trade your Nabby in?
I'm thinking about it, trading a Navy in and maybe.
I mean,
maybe
you
going
really
for
don't need the bike, but you know what? Your kid's growing up. He could use a little small bike to learn.
Well, I thought about that too, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be an electric one by then.
Well,
I mean,
they'll
he's
all
got
be
a couple.
According to Harley CEO, they're all going to be electric bikes.
He wouldn't be building that new Road Glide like that. That's another 15, 20-year bike, foundation right there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so.
But anyway, this is a good looking bike.
Yes, it is. It's a beautiful bike. We should go down there and test ride it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
And film it. And then we can do that as an individual video.
Right. Yeah, we just
And you
put
got
that
the
out there. Yeah.
You got a new mic set too, right?
Yeah, I got a new mic set today. It's the I got it from Amazon. It's Bear Vlog,
Mm-hmm.
and I tested it out already, and it works great. And it worked instantly. I mean, it's
It
pretty nice.
actually sounded pretty good. I
Yeah.
mean, how much was that thing?
So we were looking at ones that were like $300,
Yeah.
and I got this for $60. And I mean, it comes in a really nice case. I mean, for $60, you can't beat it.
Yeah, the problem is it probably doesn't have internal recording, so you always have to have your camera actually connected to it. I don't think it does, but it might. I mean, it's pretty small. I mean, look at that.
It works great.
Yeah, and actually the build quality feels pretty good. It's got a little LED, tells you it's charging. I guess it's at 98%. It's even got a little thing that says 98% on the front of
It
it.
tells you exactly what it is. So,
Yeah, that's better than the DJI ones.
so
Yeah.
for $60, man, shoot.
Oh, actually, did you notice that this is transparent, so you can actually see the LEDs
charge
in there?
lights in there. Yeah,
That's nice.
it's pretty cool.
So we'll test that one, and I guess you can do a camera
Yeah.
review on that, and I'll give you my mic to do it on, or you can use the one that you have in there. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
There's two of them. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good product review. So we're gonna start doing some product reviews. We'll be buying them ourselves.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't supply us with any of this stuff.
No, they don't.
Be nice if they did. But for
Yeah.
$60, man, I'm loving the way turned out so far? I mean, it's better than $300 to get the same results.
Yeah. And then, I mean, hey, that's what I mean. The cell phones do so much. Okay? They do good for camera recording, like we did with Kevin Miller. His actually, when we was in Riverside, he looked good when I downloaded it.
It turned out better than my GoPro did.
Yeah,
So.
he just his internet was a little bit slow. It took a little bit, but
Right.
Sorry, Kevin, I had to put you on the spot there. But I try to do that to everybody though. There's
you
not
do
one.
it to me all the time. You don't try to do it.
Do it to me. Do it to me.
You don't try.
I am fair game.
You naturally do it.
I am fair game, Tracy. Anytime you want to. Hey, I gotta tell you one thing. Okay, this is so I weigh around. I ain't saying
270.
No, less than that.
Oh, okay. 250?
Okay, pretty close. A little lower.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, and I work out. Okay, and literally, we went to Nashville, and my wife said, "Hey, have you checked out that picture, the group picture?" I said, "Yeah." I said, but it wasn't the one I was looking at.
Oh wait, do you have it? I want to see
No,
it.
I'm not showing this one.
Oh, I want to see it.
No. This is crazy, man. But anyway, we were eating at the restaurant, and I guess she had her picture in fish. What do you call it? Fish eye mode.
Yeah.
Look how big I look.
Oh mercy! You need to show that. You
Oh
just
my gosh.
need to do it.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
You got to show it. Oh my goodness
God.
gracious!
I don't know. It just looks like I'm deformed.
You look overly bloated.
I ate a lot of food that day.
But so does the guy sitting next to you, and I know he's not that big because I saw him the other day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you
Yeah.
can see how the roof, I mean, the
Yeah.
lights and stuff. I mean, there was something going on with that lens. I don't know what it was, but it was, see, I told you, I'm open.
You're open to, I can pick on you with that.
Yeah, that's a crazy picture.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, that is crazy.
It almost looks like you have a fan underneath your shirt blowing your shirt up.
It does. It does. It does. I mean, I will never sit like that again.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, here's the actual. Let me just put this back on there. I gotta remember what I'm usually on camera 2 on my computer, but this time I switched it. You are on 2.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the whole group. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know everybody's name. I know that's Tim. I wish I knew everybody. That's Max back there. That's my wife. That's Josh, the one that got hit in the face.
Oh yeah.
On the helmet.
He's the
helmet.
trainer, right, at Balance Dynamics?
Yes,
Yeah.
him and his wife, and that's his wife right there in front.
Okay.
Okay, and then I can't remember everybody's name, and they probably don't want me to be saying everybody's name anyway. But this is his wife.
I met most of those
That's
people at
his wife.
that meeting at Buffalo Bob's.
Yep. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the group that we have, I mean, there's nobody that just gets on your nerves. I mean, everybody gets along.
Now, can you point out which ones have the Roadmasters or anything like that? Like
Yes. Okay.
So who's riding what?
Okay. So this guy right here, he's just got what is the classic one? The Springfield. He's got a Springfield.
Okay.
Okay. He's got the Challenger.
Okay.
He's got a Roadmaster
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
He's got a Roadmaster Classic.
Okay.
He's got a Roadmaster, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And I have a Challenger, and he has the Scout. How you like that?
He has a Scout.
Yeah, he has a Scout.
nice.
This guy right here has a Scout.
What model year do you know? Did he?
I have no
is it,
idea.
just a Scout. Okay.
I have no idea what year that is.
Have you talked to him about the 25s or anything like that? Has he talked about that to you guys, or?
No.
Just curious if he's interested in changing up and going to the new 25 models.
He might be. I don't know. That's up to him. We didn't really talk about motorcycles that day.
Oh,
We were
okay.
just taking
Just
it.
riding,
Yeah,
right.
we're just riding.
And then your Jeep is in the background there, so your wife was driving it.
Yep. And she was driving her car, and this is her family.
Okay.
Okay, right there. And I don't know if you can see that mouse movement on there or not. I don't think you can, but yeah. So, and then that's me in my new vest. I gotta find my patches. I couldn't find my patches. I gotta get my patches on.
Yeah, you got
Because I got patches like they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then he actually bought a vest down there, and I think his wife did too.
Down in Coverton at that shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can actually see a Roadmaster back there, and there's a Roadmaster right here. Everybody has Roadmasters, man. I'm telling you. But I like the Challenger. It was faster. It's faster. It goes around curves better. But, it was a great trip. I mean, I wish we could have stayed a little bit longer. I can't remember exactly. I think it was at some kind of pub that we went to. The food was okay. I actually had a pork tenderloin. I wish I would have took a picture of it. But You know, it wasn't the biggest pork tenderloin,
Well,
but
I've
it was
come to
actually
learn
pretty good.
that you're a barbecue guy.
Yes, I'm a barbecue guy. Yep. Oh, there's some of the bikes. Let's see what we got here. So there's a Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Roadmaster back there. There's my bike.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Roadmaster, and then there's the Challenger up there in front.
Which
That's
is
when we're at the
Josh's.
gas station. Josh's, yeah. Yep. But yeah, if you're just joining us now, and you know, we're on our way to Story, and some mud and a big ball, like a softball, was bouncing on the road from a truck, and then it hit Josh right in the helmet.
Yeah.
You know.
And he is a definitely experienced rider.
Yes,
so
he is. Yeah, so he knew what he was doing, but it dazed him. It could have gave him a concussion.
Yeah, it could have.
But you just got to be careful with that stuff. We go back to groups here. So, when you going to take a ride with us, Tracy?
I'm getting there.
I think, you know, give up on the darn World Enfield and get yourself a Scout, a new one.
The new 25 Scout?
Yeah. Get you a real bike.
That's a possibility. I'd definitely have to get rid of the Harley to do that, though. I've also been looking at the low riders, too, so I've thought about those as well.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't have to worry about having a bike where my wife's going to get on the back because she's not going to ride on it. So I just got to find something that works for me.
Yeah, I guess. But if you go on a long trip and you want to put the luggage on, you know, say, hey, we're going to go to, you know, we're going to go to Mount Rushmore, or we're going to go to the Niagara Falls. We're going to go, you know, we're going to go to, what is that island up there in Michigan? Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't go with us because you got to trailer your bike because you just can't. You got a small bike and can't handle it.
Oh, goodness.
Sturgis.
Oh, no.
You ever had plans to go to Sturgis?
Absolutely not.
You don't want to?
Zero.
Oh, wow.
In fact, I talked to a couple guys in your group, and they said they have zero interest in there, too.
Actually, yeah, you're right. But a couple of them group members right there that I was shown a while ago will be going to Sturgis this year.
Someone else was telling us that they were. Oh, the guy at Indian. We were talking to him. What's his name?
Shane?
Yeah, he was like, he has no interest in doing that either.
Yeah, he'll go to Daytona bike.
Yeah,
week.
he did talk about that, right?
But Sturgis is, I think Sturgis is, you know, over the years, it's got a lot of bad rep, but I don't think it's bad as what people think it is. I mean, it's just like anything. If you're looking for trouble, you're going to find trouble.
Well,
but if you go to Sturgis and you're not looking for trouble, I don't think you're going to find it unless you're really looking for it.
Well, it's.
I mean, it's an opportunity everywhere, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably more opportunity to trouble than in any other place. But
do you know the number that goes there during this event? Have you ever checked that out?
Well, we talked about that, and you know, it's not. You know, you can be a very experienced. We actually talked about Sturgis on this ride when we were eating lunch there, and we were talking about Max was talking about. You know, the accidents there, and 90% of the accidents is because somebody decided to buy a motorcycle a week before and go to Sturgis.
And they're just not ready to do it.
And they're just not ready to do it. And they either cause their own accident and death or cause somebody else's accident and death because they're just not experienced riders.
That makes sense. I mean, that does make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and I trust Max's experience. He's been there he's been there twice, I think, and he's going to go a third time before, you know, he retires his motorcycles up. But yeah, I think he's exactly right that most accidents happen because inexperienced riders there, you know.
I would agree with that. So a year ago, there was 497,000 motorcyclists there. No, I'm sorry, 555,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot.
And it's like 2 weeks now. It's a 2-week event.
That's just a lot of people.
Yeah. But can you look at statistics and see how many accidents there are?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Mm-hmm. In fact, it was trying to pop up when I was.
Yeah. So when you go there, which I don't mind going there, but I might go there just on an off week where it's not this event happening, because I really want to go to Mount Rushmore, and then to go there, you can probably go to Sturgis pretty easy. I mean, I don't know the actual logistics of it.
So it looks like last year, 11 people died in motorcycle crashes at Sturgis.
Yeah, and that's not how many people got injured, though.
No, that's just the ones that actually were fatal. But I mean, to me, that sounds like an awful lot. I know that's out of a half million people.
500,000 motorcycles.
You know.
So it's 500,000. That's what the population of Cincinnati used to be like in the 1980s.
But imagine 11 people dying in one day.
Yeah.
In one.
Well, in 2 weeks.
Oh, is that over the course of 2 weeks?
Yeah,
or
I
week?
would imagine.
Oh, okay. I didn't really look at that. Okay.
Yeah, before and during
Okay.
Sturgis.
Yeah. So 11.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like a lot to me.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't know. Okay, so we were going on this group ride, and we had 9 people there, and you have no idea who the person that you're riding next to is, because I mean that's the first time we rode one. Now, lucky I rode with Tim, and Tim was in front of me, and I know how he rides, so, and I'm sure I probably got on his nerves a couple times, because I did ride up a little bit a couple times, almost too much, but I was just trying to keep awake.
Yeah, here was an 18-year-old that was riding Indian Super Chieftain.
Wow.
Without a helmet.
Oh yeah.
And he did not make it. Yeah, it's interesting. But if you look at this though, what's interesting is most of the ones that that are listed here, they're all 60 and above.
Well, you know what? I do have the picture. Okay, so let me see if I can blow this thing up. All right. So let me see here. So this is at the moment. This is the pickup truck. Okay. And I don't know if I can get any larger. Let's see if I can do this larger here. Let's see if I can zoom it in here. All right. And you can look at that dust.
Right.
Okay, look at that dust coming off his helmet.
Yeah.
So that's where he got hit right there on his helmet. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but you're out in the country right there. That's a real country road. That does it even have the lane markings?
No, it doesn't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wish I had the video there because that,
You can definitely tell you're in Indiana. That looks like Indiana right there to me.
That's what it looks like, Indiana.
Yeah, it does.
That's kind of rude.
Well, when I took my son to camp, that's the roads it looked like.
You're right, because Kentucky would have gravel road.
No, there's a lot of gravel roads in Indiana. A lot.
Yeah.
In fact, I was surprised my GPS even recognized a lot of those roads.
Oh, yeah?
But it does.
Yeah. But I wish I had the actual film, but I left it at home. It was my bad.
Well, that's a pretty good screenshot of it, though, that you just showed.
Yeah, but we got that on the forums there, or actually our group post.
So were you going to show the video of your install there, or were we going to talk about that?
Well, yeah, we can talk about. I did get my passenger floorboards installed for my wife, and she loves them. We did take a test ride, and this is basically I'm going to actually post this video too. It's a little bit of it. I don't know if the sound will be there, but you can tell. I mean, I tried to get as close as I possibly could. So if anybody else wanted to do it, because these things are very difficult to put on when you're talking about the bearing, the ball bearing.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a bracket, and then there's a floorboard that goes right here. Okay. And where they connect, there's 2 ball bearings and a spring. And you have to push that down to get the actual pin through both of the bracket and the floorboards so they can flip up and down. And then that bearing, that spring goes up and down. So when the bearing goes like this, it locks in place.
Right.
And then when you push it like this, it locks in place. So you literally have to force it down there. And then Kevin, when he installed his, he said that he had to get his dad or uncle or somebody
to help
hold it down while he got the pin in there.
That makes sense.
And I didn't do that. I got a C-clamp, and I actually
did it yourself.
Tied it down and where it actually lined up so I can put that pin in there. And it worked out perfect. As you can see, I don't want to show the whole video because I want people to watch it. So right there's the C-clamp.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's a pin that goes sideways right here. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse movement there, but and then I'm checking to see if the alignment's good.
So was it a lot more difficult than you expected?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was. Well, you know what? The first one was a little bit more difficult. This is the second one on this side, and it was easy. I mean, it was like
once you got through the first one,
yeah. Once I learned and said, oh, you know what? This will work.
Right.
This, because the seat clamp and it didn't scratch anything, so.
Right.
So it worked perfectly.
Pretty cool. Nice.
Yep. What was that? Oh, Kevin Miller is actually laugh out loud right now. So he must know we're talking about him. Now it's a pursuit. What is this?
What's he doing?
He must have.
Is he getting it?
No, he bought some. I don't know what he bought. He said now it's a pursuit, so I don't know exactly what he
added
installed.
something onto it or something.
Oh yeah, I think he put the back on the trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
That's funny.
So I guess he's not looking to go to Harley. I guess he's going
he loves his Indian.
Yeah.
And when we talked about it on our podcast number 9 that nobody knows about,
hasn't seen yet.
Seen yet. He talks about the Indian and why he's with Indian, and it's basically because of the monoshock, the suspension's
some of the
better.
upgrades that it has versus the other.
Yeah.
And now he did talk about the balance of the bike too. He said that the balance is better.
Yeah,
in his opinion.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to go back. I mean, he used to have a Harley Davidson,
Right? And he loved his Harley. He said,
but that don't mean he won't go back because he loves the new Harley Davidson style too. But he's going to do. I think he's doing the same thing I am. We're waiting for
getting another one.
We're waiting for Indian to respond.
Oh,
to see
what they come out with.
Don't be sleeping on this.
Change
something.
They're doing something.
They got to do something. Yeah. Don't be sleeping on us.
Well, I think they put a hurt on Harley with those Scouts. I really think those Scouts. I think they're going to be a home run this year.
I think the Scouts are going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a home run for them.
Yeah,
for sure.
But if you look at the Challenger, okay, I don't know how long the Challenger's been out with that body form. I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
and these motorcycles usually that form factor usually goes probably 10 years. How long was Harley's new Road Glide? How long was that one?
I think they go in like 5-year increments. I don't think they go 10-year, do they?
So we're talking about, I think the first Challenger came out 2020, and what year we are right now?
2024.
Okay, so 2025, so that's 5 years. What are you going to do, Indian? Are you going to respond? Are you going to get the infotainment center? I mean, because you have the engine, that's no doubt. You have the suspension, you have no doubt. You have the, everything that's other than the infotainment center that they're beating you with, And I think the headlight, we got to get rid of the round headlight. Sorry to say, the Cyclops has got to go. And hopefully it looks beautiful. And then I will upgrade to that new Indian Challenger 2025, 2026.
But I have to say, this line of Scouts that they've got, man, I don't think Harley has anything to compete with them.
Well, yeah, I don't think so either. I think they're going to have to bring that one out that they have in another country.
What was it?
One you wanted?
Was it the X?
I can't remember.
No, that won't.
Somebody mentioned, because I was watching a video, that motorcycle that you was hoping that they were going to release this year.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
But you think about that while I'm talking here.
The Bronx.
Yeah, the Bronx, I guess.
The Bronx. It was the Bronx, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't think the engine placement is
nowhere
close.
No. I don't think that competes in this class.
But I want to go see the Scouts in person to see if
I can't wait. Yeah. I'm looking forward to when they get one in. They were supposed to have a preview model, and he was supposed to.
It did show up.
Oh, did it?
It did show up. It was only there for like 6 hours.
Oh, that's all they had.
Yeah, it was gone.
Well, that wasn't enough time for us to get there and check it out.
But I mean, what I seen on YouTube, it's a beautiful looking bike.
Yeah.
All the models. What is it? 4 or 5 different models?
Five
different models.
Yeah.
The Scout 101 is probably got to be the best one. That's the top of the line.
Yeah, I agree.
And now they got the Ride Command on there, and hopefully they got all the bugs out of that one because I know the Ride Command on the actual Chief.
They also have a Super Scout.
Oh, Super Scout, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Super Scout is more like the Super Chief.
So it's right behind the 101. The 101 is the top.
Yeah, and then the actual Super Scout, they call that one because it comes with the windshield, comes with the bags, the saddle bags,
right,
and all that kind of stuff.
So
it looks more of a modern, it's got a modern take, but it's more of a classic look. It's got a big fat tire.
Yeah, it does.
That thing's
super
a donut.
huge tire. Yeah,
that thing's huge.
I like it a lot.
Put some icing on that thing and start eating it.
I'm not crazy about the chrome. I wish that was blacked out all the way around, but I do like it.
I think you can. I think
probably can get it either way.
Super Chief Dark Horse, maybe. I don't know. It's probably got different trim.
But man, I tell you, the 101 definitely is a nice looking ride.
But that looks like, it looks very similar to the Sport Chief.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very almost.
Yeah, you're right. I don't see a whole lot of difference in them. You're right.
But other than, what's the difference? The main difference is that Indian right there is water cooled.
Oh yeah. That's
okay.
true.
And the Chiefs are they're actually more of a family member of the actual chieftain. Okay, so the chief and the chieftain, and then you got the Challenger and you got the Scout. And the Scout engine is just a modified, actually improved Challenger engine actually.
I'm going to try to pull up the Sport just to see. Yeah, so here's a Sport right here.
So
Sport Chief. This is 24 model. Yeah, I mean, they do look very, very similar. You're right.
Yep.
A little bit different here in the frame.
I think it's dual exhaust. You got the two mufflers. I mean, I love mine, but it get really hot in the summertime.
Yeah.
Literally, I was at a stop sign and I felt like, man.
Well, yeah, that's where
I thought it was cooking eggs.
That's where my Iron 883 was. Dude.
Yeah,
It burned me up.
It's like, man, well, I'm never gonna have another kid.
True that.
But yeah, it's a beautiful bike. I mean, Indian's got a lot of stuff, and Harley's got. I mean, I can't dish Harley because they keep calling me every week trying to buy me a bike. So not buy it, sell me a bike.
You to try to buy a bike.
Sell me a bike, yeah.
But you will eventually.
Unless I win the lottery.
Well, I was just say if that CVO was in the 30,000 range instead of 40, would you buy it? Is that what holds you back? Is that price?
Well, what's holding me back is the Vulcan S because I just want to get down to one motorcycle, and I'd rather pay $100 a month instead of doing $700 a month with the motorcycle I'm still paying on.
Right.
Only one motorcycle.
That's true.
So my wife gets to use the Vulcan S whenever she wants to. Riding around town, whatever she wants to do, get more comfortable riding. That works for me. But if because they're not going to give me what I owe on that bike.
No, I don't think they will either.
No. So then, they're not going to give me what I owe on the actual Challenger, which is probably pretty close though.
So why doesn't she ride it? What's the reason she's not riding?
She doesn't like. She likes mid controls.
Oh.
And they have kind of like a mid control, but it's not like she wants to be planted right. Her legs right underneath her.
Right. Kind of like my Nightster setup.
And the problem with I think the mid controls in Scout are not that position either.
No, it's still going to be a midway.
It's going to be a mid, yeah. So, but yeah. So, what do you think?
I think we're good.
You think we're good? I don't think we're good.
You don't think we're good?
Nah, we're never good. So anyway, that's going to be the end, I guess, right?
Yeah.
The podcast. I think it was a good podcast. Yeah. It was more informative about what's going on. We do have a trip with the Indian has a Pennsylvania trip at Gettysburg on June 6th. I'll be there. Hopefully, I got my schedules where I'm out that week, but I got another person's on vacation at the same time, so I got to work that out, the logistics of it. Hopefully I got one day, to cancel my reservation. So hopefully everything's there and hopefully the weather's good. We do have a May 15th, I think Indian Motor Riding Group has 2074 has a meeting at, what is that, Big Bob's? What is it, Red Bob's or what it's called?
Buffalo Bob's.
Buffalo Bob's, Big Bob's Furniture.
You're killing me, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the furniture store and we're gonna sit down and have a meeting. Yeah, that's gonna be I think May 15th. That's a Wednesday, right?
It's a Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be having a meeting there. So if you're watching this podcast and you're actually in the area, just stop by. Just make sure you let us know on Facebook, that you're gonna be there. And everybody at the members of IMRG 2074. Please show up. We need more members there. Last time there was only a few people there. We need to talk about what we want to do in the summertime. And I know everybody's probably got their own little group that they're riding with and everything else. But, I think this group needs to get a little bit bigger. And, not too big, but at least a couple more. I would rather ride with probably maybe 16 people. 9 was good. But I think the bigger the group, the more fun we'll have and the more opinions we have.
Oh, there'll be a lot more opinions.
But right now, everybody I rode with, I like, and I get along with, so that's a good thing. Even though it's hard to get along with me. Is that right, Tracy?
Sometimes. Sometimes. But
so Tracy did come to the meeting last time. He did remember.
I kept my promise. I showed up.
And you probably won't be at the next one, right?
Nah, probably.
Yeah, because you don't have an Indian. We don't want you there anyway.
Yeah, you don't want me there.
Yeah. But anyway,
I didn't feel very welcomed.
what?
I'm kidding.
I hope so. I hope.
But I
was
mean,
gonna end on
everybody there were Indian riders, and I'm the only Harley guy. You know, it's like you're on the outside looking in kind of thing.
Well, all you have to do is get an Indian motorcycle, and you won't have that problem anymore.
Yeah, we'll see. I
think
like my bike, man. I do.
You sure?
I do.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't even. Yeah, I did do this at the beginning.
Yes, you did.
So like and subscribe and share this podcast. Once again, this is episode number 10. I can't believe we made it this far.
I know. 10 of them.
And now I got a whole hour of de-setting up. Yeah, I got to take it all down.
I will help you. I will help you.
No, because you get my wires all crossed.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody, ride safe. Ride your ride.
Have a good week.
Have a good week. See you next week.